us a little bit about your role there and what you do, and after that, what California Deluxe is known for.
Okay, so let's start with my role. Like I'll give you like a little bit kind of the background. So
Okay.
like yes, I started working in California Deluxe Windows, and I had like the marketing part that was very small. I don't know if you remember, we had the cold calling with so many things that today it's kind of a disappeared completely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and after that, I start to the owner started to put me on a small crew because I had to, I have to learn the business. I have to really know because
Mm-hmm.
it's new for me, the marketing and strategy. So I had to go knock on doors.
Oh, wow. You were canvassing.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So I'm curious about something, Noam. What was it like? Had you worked with a third-party lead provider before when you first started working with Modernize?
we did. We did because I think on the same time, like I said, that was I think 2010. I think it was the time that all these companies started to pop up.
Right.
Mind that I can mention names. If you don't, I don't. Like we
Yeah,
have,
mention them.
so we have Angie's List. We have this Home Advisor. We have Porch. We have Queen Street. We have so many companies start to come to this market. And the moment you start with one, guess what's going to happen? All of them are going to start chasing you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually what happened. It started to, and it's worked actually. And it's funny because we have like three companies. It's going to be you guys, Queen Street on the same time, and Porch. We're on the three vendors that we work on the same.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Um,
curious. I'm curious to know what that journey looked like for you guys. It seems like, depending on who you talk to, lead generator could be a dirty word, right?
it
I
is.
think there's in some cases like a love-hate relationship there. And so I'm curious to know what that journey looked like for you guys, kind of until you found your sweet spot where you recognize this channel's working for us.
Okay, you are, yeah, you're funny. You're absolutely right. It was in the beginning, it was a hate and love relationship, 100%. Because it's like it's taking like like not every inquiry that unfortunately we're getting we can convert that. So
Sure.
there's a lot of like work in progress things that so it's a lot of like
Mm-hmm.
call center people are sitting in there trying to get this yes, trying to get that person to say okay yes yes yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to call thousands. Now, I'm not saying thousands, but between three companies on the same time. That
Sure.
so it was. Let's assume I'm ordering from X amount from this company, X amount from that company, X amount from that company, and trying to understand. Okay, what first of all, what's the best company to go with? That's what's
Mm-hmm.
understanding. What's the best company converting better? Um, what's best company for my team to get to that to be the less frustrations on the phone to get that yes. And you start to dive into it. So yeah, in the beginning it was a long journey, a long one that I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like in the beginning it was a point that we start canceling some companies
Sure.
because there's a lot of frustration and you want to keep your employee happy too. So think he's working 8 hours a day, making these calls, and nothing happened from that.
Mm-hmm.
So and at the same time, I had like I told you, we had like almost 50 people in here in my call center. So
Yeah.
the of people, and like you had these people. Oh my God, catching your hair, anything, blah, 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 I want to work for you. So yeah, it was a big journey. Um,
How
let
did
me
you how did you keep the morale of the team? So we run across this all the time. And so sometimes we like to have what we call the apples and the oranges conversation with prospects, Noam, where we say, look, we understand that you have the marketing you're currently doing today. And this is like if you're new to third-party lead generators like Modernize or Home Advisor, right? You've got your branded stuff, your billboards and your radio and your canvassing. That produces a certain type of result, a certain level of intent or commitment and brand recognition from those marketing channels. The things that Modernize does, right, are going to be the unbranded opportunities, but we're getting you guys in touch with the homeowners who are not yet engaged with your brand. And so I think it's an understanding of the difference between this is going to look and feel this way, but this other stuff, this modernized stuff, is going to look and feel and behave differently. How did you guys? But there's value there, right? And so, like as you're seeing, like you can convert those and generate extra leads because you've maxed out all of your other channels. And so, how do you get the buy-in from the team to recognize and say this channel can work, we can make it work, and here's why we need to go stick with it? Because I think we see a lot of people who give up too early.
Okay, so the secret of that, there's a secret. It's like
Okay.
the cook. So the secret of that, it's first of all show as example. And by me saying show as example, for people to buy in, they need to see that there is money into it. Like, first of all, my team is working, it's a commission-based job. So for sure that they want to see the effort, they want to see like what's happening with the journey. Like, so what I did, for example, if I'm going to talk about your company, okay? I took like few inquiries from your guys' side, okay, and I send the best salesperson that I have, the best one, and I made to show that, like for example, if you send somebody on a Queen Street lead and you convert that appointment for $30,000 to $50,000, now your marketing buy into it. Say, oh my God, my God, and like. Oh my, so you see, so it's not only crap or only my God, like what are you doing? Now on the same topic, I had to convince the sales rep to buy into it too.
Right.
Because the sales rep always going to want to go to the branded lead compared to unknown, and
Sure.
to a lead that, oh my God, they're shopping for another 7 companies because the inquiry going to multiple channels. And it's not like kind of somebody that know California Deluxe Windows. I'm gonna go back a little bit because I'm gonna explain to you that in the beginning that the way that our company made and we start from a call center. We be in a call cold marketing. So salespeople that are working for me from the 99 and to 2000 and this journey, all this time are very strong. So for them, it's not about like where I'm getting the leads. It's what I can do with that. And thank God I have sales rep and marketing people that are working for me almost 20 years. So really, it's funny. That's one of the things that stay with me today. So like I said, number one, you have to let your team buy into it, and you can show it as example. You take an inquiry from a sales perspective. First of all, a marketing guy converting. You're taking your best person on the marketing side. He converting the lead to appointment, and after he converting the lead to appointment, you show that you're sending the top guy, and you're closing that in a high ratio plus in a high money volume. So by doing all of that, my team is buying into it. My team will get more. Now they're excited. Oh my God, I want more of that. No, let it go.
So does your call center team work the same type of lead? Like, are they working modernized leads in addition to your branded inbound leads?
Correct. Today.
How are they able to context switch? Like, is that a challenge for them, right? Because I would imagine you have to kind of talk to an unbranded lead one way versus the branded leads another way, given how they convert.
Today for us doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't make any difference. Okay.
Today because I told you like, and one end I'm saying thank God that COVID happened because it changed a lot of things. I said too. And I think today every potential, it doesn't matter if it came from the paper, it came from an inquiry, it came from the radio, it came from any other kind of lead source, is a buyer. Every person potential buyer. And that's my set mind, and that's what everybody's set mind in my department.
So your leadership perspective, like the message that you communicate to the entire team is, hey guys, there's a buyer in here somewhere. It's not, well, these leads might suck and we're not quite sure about them.
Correct.
I think it's very different. And so then your call center team, they're not worried about, I'm guessing, being judged, or you guys measure differently the conversion rates of certain type of leads versus other leads, so that they're not, I'm just trying to draw on my
And
experience
then
from people
you
who
said it
get
right. You said it right. I'll stop
they
you.
get frustrated, right? Because they're like, oh man, this one didn't convert. My boss is going to be mad at me. And
We're measuring, first of all, we're measuring different every lead source. So you're
okay,
right. So for example, you guys lead source measure different. So the expectation should be on some point that let's assume from, I'm giving you just a number quick, from any 10 inquiries, we'll convert one. So the expectation is already there. Like they understand that the frustration should not be there too much, but they understand that, the sharing will be there. Like the rewards is there,
right,
just need to dive in to find it. The good part about you guys that it's not, it changed too. That you guys inquiry changed too for the last 3 years. It's became to be like more as a buyer. Like I remember myself before 2020 that yeah, it can be a hit and miss. I'm not in the market. Um, Today it's like every almost inquiry that I'm reaching out to you guys, they're in the market, not maybe necessarily for what we want, because you can
right.
only selling vinyl windows. Unfortunately, people want wood, want aluminum, and we cannot provide that. So that's for us. It's a wash.
Got it.
But every lead that we kind of are seeing it, they're in the market. So from your guys' side, I think you guys doing a better job on your side too.
So help me understand that a little bit more, because that's another point of, I think, frustration that other remodelers have, and maybe it's for the smaller remodeler, right? Like think sub $5 million. But you just said something interesting to me, which was you only work vinyl windows.
Right.
You're getting homeowners who might have a preference for wood or aluminum or some other type of product, and again, that's a situation where I can see people being frustrated, and going, gosh, like you guys are sending me unqualified folks, but you don't see it that way. And so I'm just wondering what advice you'd give to someone who might be facing that unqualified buyer who wanted aluminum or wanted wood when only you have vinyl.
Okay, so for the small contractor, I'll be honest. They measure, it's home improvement. It's all about instinct money. It's like it's need to be instinct, and small companies, unfortunately, cannot wait for them to, because I can tell you from the journey, from when the inquiry come in, not necessarily on the same date that they got the inquiry, it's going to get converted from the same date.
Right.
So take maybe 3 days, can take maybe 5 days, and sometimes a week and more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, before we're gonna dive in what they're gonna do with it, I understand the frustration from a small contractor because they need the cash flow. It's a
Right.
cash. So for them, let's assume if I spend with Prince Street $5,000 this month, it's very viable. This 5,000
Mm-hmm.
goes somewhere else, so they need the conversions very quick compared
Right.
to the journey. So if you first, and that's number one. Number two, like I said before, every inquiry it's a potential customer.
Right.
Not necessarily on the same time that I'll get it, not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
the same window that I can use. And not sometimes it's like, I'm getting an inquiry and I know they want the windows, but I'm sorry, they're living in San Francisco,
Right.
or they need some wood. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about that. So again, it's a number game.
It
It's
sounds like you have a long-term investment horizon when it comes to your marketing versus
correct.
like maybe a smaller contractor that doesn't have the war chest, or maybe put another way, that cash flow to be able to get them over the hump to go see the results.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
So highly recommend for you guys. Just gonna say it there. If you guys have a small contractor, um, trying to talk to them as the sales rep, need to talk to them about the journey, not about their 30-second response.
Sure.
Journey will sell better compared to, hey, I need a lead for paint. Okay, I need a
Right.
sell tomorrow. It's all about the
Right.
journey. And I wish that you guys, actually, it's funny that that I knew that previous, and I knew it from the first day that we started working together.
Mm-hmm.
To learn it on my own.
Mm.
So that's something that I'm just kind of throwing as a recommendation. because all like big companies can sustain and maintain,
Right.
spend, and wait for the results to come.
Yep. I hear you. Let's talk about results a little bit. Can you quantify some of the results or the impact that Modernize has been able to have on California Deluxe over the years? Like, what impact have we had on revenue, if any, that you could talk about, or conversions or marketing costs?
So, okay, I'll talk about specifically what's happening for the last maybe 10 years. It's good because it's make us more awareness to every dollar spent. Um, so the California Deluxe Windows goal is always to be in a 10% marketing.
Okay.
That journey, I start with Travis, and I think that we slowly learn how to sustain and maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm working on the same platform with Kara, that we are like almost every month we are around the same numbers between the 10 to 13%. Um, one of the things that happened, I had before, like I said, I had more human resource that can actually, I can buy more, I can call more, we can build the account bigger and it's more successful. Unfortunately, for the last 3 years, like I said, I had to reduce human resource, and we'll talk about what I add more to kind of a subsidy that. But conversion ratio from your guys' account for the last 3 years is always around probably 20 to 30%. So that was very, very good. I'm overall on the marketing cost for me, it's between yearly for the last 3 years. I'm very steady on between 10 to 13%. So that's huge for me. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Right now, that when we before that, if we talk about 5 years ago, our marketing cost was higher, much higher. With Queen Street,
Mm.
it's just again, it's a lot of figure out exactly what's actually working for us, what's working for you guys. I think from your guys' standpoint, you guys did a lot of implementation that I think changed a lot about, first of all, about you guys' quality of leads. And I think on the management part, and then I think about the between the salesperson to the vendor himself. So if you ask me all only CW success, it's not only CW success, it's two vendors that met together and sit down on the table and we talk it out.
That's
So
right.
and it's not only CW success, it's you guys, it's Modernize and Quiz through together, because I think the last 3 years we're working a lot about sustaining and maintaining a high volume, a great right now, great ROI on the campaign, and a big journey that it's
Um,
more.
talk to me a little bit about your working relationship with your account managers at Modernize. You kind of touched on it a little bit. It sounds like you value that collaborative element there of meeting with your account manager, Kara, on a regular basis. Like, what value are they providing?
Oh, again, that's gonna be a day of talk. Yeah,
Give me
but
give me the bumper
here's the
sticker
bullet
version,
point.
the 2-minute version.
Hey, okay, it's number one, it's the introduction, it's that it's like how to explain it. It's like you have a voice and down the line. And like you have the first of all, if you have any issues and concerns and problems, they're hands down. And I think that's first thing that making you to buy into you guys. That's the number one, I think, big change that make me feel that okay, you can buy from everybody. You can buy from home advisors, from whatever company you guys have in the market. I think one of the things that with you guys, it's the hands down from like with Kara, the reporting that I'm getting from her, then all the matrix that me and her building for the whole,
Mm-hmm.
and it started 3 4 years ago, and again, it's the understanding my mindset, and that's understanding our consumers, like who they are, like what's going on in Cali's market today. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of it's like we're brainstorming every time that we're talking. So when
Mm-hmm.
you brainstorm with somebody, it's the engagement number one, that you have
Mm-hmm.
hearing you and understand your needs. And that's, I think, one of the big things that I think changed for the last, I'm gonna say from Travis time, so it's gonna be last probably 4 or 5 years.
How does our account management compare to some of your other third-party lead providers?
You guys the best.
What makes it the best?
Engagement.
What does engagement mean?
Okay, what's, like I said, like first of all, there is a voice in the other line. So let's sum up. You remember what we talked about, the inquiry, about the frustrations. So
Mm-hmm.
I cannot lie to you. I gain the frustration from my people.
Mm-hmm.
So vent it. So when I need to vent it, I have somebody listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to me, it's taking the information and engage that way and trying to figure out, okay, no, I understand that part. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do for you. I'll tweak in here, learning here. Let's put, it starts somebody that trying to analyze what's working better on the campaign. Sometimes it's zip code, sometimes it's location, sometimes demand, sometimes there's so many variety of things that can go wrong and good. And that's the engagement of you guys salespeople. That there is hands down there, they're listening, they're reading you, they understand what you need. And my most important thing is to be the ROI. My ROI, it was like I'm
Right.
obsessed. Sorry. I'm very
You should
obsessed with
be.
that and numbers and all of that, that it's have to meet to what I want, where I want to be. And your team actually helped me to get there. And that's something that it's amazing. I think for you guys, for a big company you guys are, and to deliver that to you guys vendors, if you guys doing the same thing that you guys doing with me, I cannot tell you, you guys can be another 10 million, maybe the most big company in the US for lead provider. Because I
Well, thank
think
you.
factor won it. He won the
Yeah.
engagement. And you need to understand what it's a product, what he's buying.
Mm-hmm. You talked about numbers. Let's pivot the conversation a little bit, changing the subject. Talk about 1-800 response just for a little bit. How long have you been using 1-800 new Windows in your advertising and marketing campaigns, Noam?
That's probably around, yeah, that's a long time too, almost from between 2008 to 2010. That's kind of on the same time.
Got it. How's that? How has 1-800 new Windows impacted your marketing, your inbound leads?
Okay, I'll talk to you about more experience in the past compared to what
Mm-hmm.
live today, because it changed a lot. How
Mm-hmm.
at this platform today to what we used in before. So first of all, 800 response, they are like be for one of the things that I bought into them, and that they're providing the 800 numbers. The 800 numbers that we had, like it's first of all the free numbers, it's catchy, they help us to design to
Mm-hmm.
be gonna have, and it's gonna be readable and kind of a memorable to our clients. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like kind of it was a metrics before that. So we got a few numbers with that, and on top of that, they start to grow their business too, and they brought in to like a call metrics to their sites.
Mm-hmm.
When we had 50 people that dialing on the call center side, I had a floor manager, and he had to listen to the calls, he had to jump into the
Mm-hmm.
he had to help our team. On top of that, is giving him the vision to see actually what my guy or what the marketer are doing wrong for him to implement on the right spot. So they have like so many platforms to help our marketing manager to get involved and engage live on the call. Number one. Second, review the call after with the marketer himself to make him better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the big tickets that I buy into the 800 response platform. Today, a little bit of change because today I don't have this 50 people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have a different kind of things to be using. I'm still for myself. I'm using that platform to double check my guys, so I'm kind of oversee that.
Mm-hmm.
capacity that I used that before.
Mm. Is there an increase in the quantity of leads that you can recall, like pre vanity number, post number?
Yeah, a long time ago we definitely the calls got like marketing calls again, but 800 response was the numbers that we put for the advertising marketing outside. So the numbers
Mm-hmm.
used from different. It's not that 800 response like by just because of I had a number from them helped me to increase my revenue. It's what it does. They help me to use the numbers that they provide me, but their magic beyond that is will more help me to maintain and sustaining a good marketing call, a good experience with a client. Because
Tell me more about that.
yeah, so because they're using some platform that they have a metrics that actually can capture the call himself. Plus, it's
Mm-hmm.
give you like they have some capture that verbal warning how you're using that. Like I said, my marketing manager can jump into the call himself and kind of interrupt the call and jump into and helping the marketer himself, or review the call later on with the marketer. So pre-COVID, 800 response was helping me a lot on that level compared to unfortunately today.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm using that as more as just a kind of a QC my team members.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like they provide analytics that was helping you coach and manage
Correct.
your salespeople on the team.
Correct.
And I guess like it let you do it at scale, and it was probably really efficient in some way, so that you didn't have to have everybody monitoring all the calls at once. Did it help you flag the calls that you needed
Correct.
to go listen
Yeah.
to? Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It helped me to flag it. Helped me to kind of again engage live. We can kind of
Mm-hmm.
marketing manager actually engage live. You can put this headset, listen to the call, and engage to this conversation. And second, it's helped me to later on to review the marketing himself and take the bullet points from that call and how to improve the marketing himself.
Got
That
it.
was handling the call himself because it's like giving you the wording, the right wording to
Mm-hmm.
you, and help me to flag the call too. Because when you're working with people, many if it's customers, many if it's the consumers, and if this marketing self team, unfortunately there is some frustration sometimes too. And everybody working in marketing cannot tell you how many times you got yelled. So, like I can wake up somebody from sleeping and and we call them, and unfortunately, like, oh my God, what are you calling me this time? And it's gonna go on and on and on. And so from these calls, you have to listen and you have to kind of see what you can do better, because
Mm-hmm.
the day, from any marketing perspective, the customer is always right. So it doesn't matter what your team member thinking. You have to take the call, analyze that, and kind of reflecting that how you're gonna do better on your next call. And if that situation happen again, learn from that and take the bullets point from that. And if it's an anger issue, if you need to get
Mm-hmm.
somebody else into the call, if you call a manager on the same time. So there's a lot. I'm telling you, like on previous time, it's helped me a lot on that level.
How has your strategy of using it shifted since you've changed the number of people in your call center?
That's a good one. um, so, like I said, today it's like 800 respond helped me more with the numbers today compared to what I actually do in my call center. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Keeping my marketing going, like I have like 7 numbers with 800 respond right now, and I love
Mm-hmm.
what I do with them. I'll talk a little bit, 30 seconds, about one special girl that she's one of my representatives from 800 Response. She's amazing, amazing. And so we're talking every few months to just she give me updates on what's going on her side. I give me updates what's going on my side. Um, it's a great tool. There is no doubt. Again, monitor the calls themselves when they're coming in, overseeing what my team does, doesn't matter if it's a small team too, because I can at least kind of see if there's something wrong with that call. Regardless, we're still getting complaints, so you have to understand these complaints that coming in and why. Um, it's impact my marketing. Like I said, because we have like 7 numbers with them, so I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Go away. That's still working. I have like brochures. We have marketing. We have media. All of that's numbers too. Um, it's. I think today, 800 Respond can be more an asset to people that have a big call center. It's really
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing tool for using that when you have a big call center. That's my personal experience with that. Because again, like I said it again, like it's helping you to dive into the call himself, review the call later on with your marketing team. You can dive in with that live, and it's giving you bullet points how you can actually. You have a platform that actually give you bullet points how you can improve the call. So like there's
Mm-hmm.
AI do there is so many things there right now. That's what I'm saying. Like they have so many good products right now, and I wish I had a bigger call center to take advantage of that, but I don't. So unfortunately, I don't. But I'm still overseeing that. I oversee the call, listening to them, and I can do what I can do on my level.
Yeah. What's important for people to know that maybe we haven't addressed in our conversation?
If they open a new business and home improvement, take it slow, make it about the journey. Don't think about the first penny. That's what I think. Using you guys as a tool to grow your company, not again because every contractor think about the first penny, and that's the major thing. Um, be patient, and let the marketing first of all choose the right companies to work with. I'm not gonna compliment you guys too much, but I think you guys are on the right journey. I think to have you guys aside, I think it's a good asset. I cannot tell you. I have personally experience on the worst time in the economy, so
Mm-hmm.
I vouch for that every time, any day, because that's really a big thing that helped my company to go through a big difficult year. It's will be partnering with you guys because I didn't have anything. Um, and I know one big thing that the world is crazy, so everything can happen again. So if somebody wants somebody in a good hands to take a journey with them and make sure that your company can grow and be successful, join you guys.
Oh,
That's
that's very kind of you.